All right, last 25 minutes of trade for the day. Well, it panned out to be a pretty strong day, and in continuation with yesterday's momentum that we logged on, we also saw 25,200 mark in the intraday session as far as the Nifty is concerned. But we've seen a tad bit of profit taking right from the high of that day right now. If you see, we have slipped a tad bit and we've given up some part of the gains what we had garnered since the morning. 25,115 as the current level for the Nifty. What's happened on the Nifty Bank? It's slightly better off than the Nifty. 0.3% higher at 56,270. Remember, it's the sixth consecutive session when we are seeing the Nifty Bank continuing its upward run as well. So the banking stocks are strong. Apart from this, you're also looking at the real estate sector that's also picking up pace. Oil and gas and even the broader market names, the mid caps and the small cap stocks are also trading into the green right now. Apart from these sectors, you also see pharma names and even auto names showing us some ticks on the higher side. But what saw some profit booking right in the end of the session today towards the end is the metal space, the PSU banks, IT sector right ahead of the earnings season that kickstarts this Thursday. Also the FMCG stocks that have seen some profit taking. In the last half an hour of trade, you have names like Jio Financial Services that are topping the Nifty gainers charts. Also Bharti Airtel. Remember in the morning we talked about how the telecom subscriber additions had actually come in, and you also see Bajaj Auto, Eicher Motors again from the auto pack that has also been looking positive. Apart from this, HCL Technologies is also among the top movers in trade. But what's dragging in trade right now? Well, names like Trent that have been weaker, Tata Motors, Tata Consumer Products, at least three of the Tata Group companies are in the weakening zone in today's trading session as well. Before we get you a market view from our top market expert, remember, India has taken a leap towards integrating real-time forex settlements operations at the GIFT City. The announcement has come in by Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman, which is aimed at making the flagship international financial hub more attractive to global investors. Currently, it can take a few hours to more than a day to really settle that trade. And to ease that, Finance Minister has announced some important steps at the Global Fintech Fest that's underway in Mumbai today.
With the operationalization of the FCSS, GIFT IFC will now join a select list of financial centers that include Hong Kong, Tokyo, Manila, and so on, that have the infrastructure to settle foreign currency transactions locally. So together, these initiatives spanning policy, infrastructure, AI, innovative culture, and also regulations illustrate how Government of India has laid the groundwork for a vibrant, inclusive, and forward-looking fintech ecosystem that is powering India's rise as a global fintech leader.
Well, there's a lot of buzz as far as the Global Fintech Fest is concerned. And in fact, what we are noticing is that apart from creating of the ease of these trades, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman has also delivered this powerful address at the inaugural session, talking about when the threats given the AI-driven deception is concerned, while harnessing technology for trusted financial future is absolutely very important in trade. We'll get back to that, but let's quickly welcome our guest on board. Sneha Poddar, Vice President of Research Analyst at BND and Motilal Oswal Financial Services is now joining in. Sneha, talk to us about what's your first stance as far as the markets are concerned. We're again making an attempt to move up above 25,000, 25,100 odd mark, of course led by the tailwind of the GST cuts and the festive spirits and ahead of the earnings season at large. But what's your stance? How is this earnings season going to pan out in terms of the markets?
Okay. Good afternoon. And what we're expecting in terms of market movement is that the overall, the initial days of the GST cut implementation looks quite positive. And secondly, the kind of business updates that is coming in before the start of the Q2 earnings season, that is also very encouraging. And along with this, the macro data points, like for example, the GST numbers which came in. So all this points towards at the macro, at the domestic level, the things are looking quite encouraging. It's only the global headwinds which is playing a kind of a spoil sport for us.
We'll come back to you,
So,
Sneha. We are unable to hear you very clearly. We'll come back to you. We'll fix that line for all our viewers to really listen to you very clearly at this point in time. But it's time for a small interaction that you must definitely listen to. One of the biggest brand gurus in the world, Business Today Television's Karishma Sudani got together with Sam Balsara, the chairman of Madison World, on the changing face of branding in a rapidly changing digital world. Let's listen in to what he had to say.
Whilst digital is great and, obviously advertisers are right in shifting quite a bit of money to performance, you cannot underplay the importance of branding. Branding, as I defined it, enables you to create a connect with the consumer and the brand. Branding has a few critical elements to it. Ideally, it requires a bit of storytelling. Ideally, it requires a bit of time, 20 to 30 seconds. Ideally, it's a kind of lean back environment, not constantly on the move. So, my suggestion, therefore, is to the growing digital population to create a TV-like environment in which digital ads can be delivered, because then digital will also deliver the same kind of performance metrics which TV is known for. Conventionally, until the arrival of digital, I do believe that branding delivered a reasonable ROI to advertisers. Today, with so much more advertising, I think the unfortunate truth is that advertising is sharply coming down on the ROI platform. If measured compared to 20 years ago, ROI is under severe stress. And that is why you need more and more of advertising to be in the same place.